I'm going to call the Crystal Council meeting to order at this time. Let's start with roll call.
Sure. Councilmember Parsons, absent. Mayor Adams.
Here.
Councilmember Banks.
Here.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Here.
Councilmember Deschler.
Here.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Here.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Here.
City Manager Ann Norris, that's me. Assistant Manager Terrace. Oh, she's
Here.
City Attorney Gilchrist.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm here.
Okay, Public Works Director Ray.
Here.
Police Chief Revering just walked into the council chambers, for the record. Community Development Director Sutter.
Here.
And City Clerk Series. She's here, I saw her. All right, you have a quorum.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. We're going to try Pledge of Allegiance again. Let's see if we can get through this. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. That was a little better.
Yeah,
If we do this for 6 months, we'll get really good.
Practice.
It felt a little strange last time saying it. I didn't have a flag, but this time I made sure I had some stamps with a flag on it. So, yeah, it's called Innovation at Home. So next we have the consent agenda, and I will read that into the record at this time.
Mayor, it's the approval of the agenda.
Oh, I missed that, didn't I?
Yep, sorry.
Let's go to the agenda in the proper order. There are no changes to the agenda. So looking for a motion on the agenda.
So moved.
I saw Brendan, second.
I make it. Yep.
Looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thanks, Therese. All members in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I need to do
We got to roll
call.
call it.
Roll call, please.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Geez, how fast we forget.
I know. Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Councilmember Parsons absent. Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you. Next is the consent agenda. Council will consider the following items which are routine and non-controversial in nature. First item is approval of the minutes from the City Council meeting from March 24th, 2020. And then approval of the list of license applications submitted by the City Clerk to the City Council. That list is on file in her office. And then the approval of a resolution establishing the dates and offices for the 2020 municipal election. That is our consent agenda. Looking for a motion. I see a hand.
I've got a question.
Go ahead, Brendan.
Do you want to talk about it after?
Is it something that you're not? Is it just a question? Let's do it after.
Okay. Well, it was.
Does it
it's
affect
about
the vote?
It's about the dates for the election.
All right. Should we pull that off? Is it warrant pulling off?
I think so. Just considering the times, and I guess maybe I have maybe more questions that may be more detailed with everything that we have going on and the coronavirus and with the state and everything.
Let's pull that off, and we'll just do 1 and 2. Looking for a motion on 1 and 2.
I'll make a motion.
Thanks, Nancy. Looking for a second. Brendan?
I'll second.
Thank you. All members in favor, please say aye.
Roll call.
Aye.
Oh, roll call.
Sorry. Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Councilmember Parsons absent. Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right. Next, we have open forum. Do we have anybody on email, phone, or Zoom?
We
Anybody?
have one, it looks like we have one person in the audience. I don't know if he would like to speak, but I have received no emails as of right now.
Okay.
Is that me?
It's Bert,
That's you.
yes.
Oh,
Do you have, did
thanks,
you want to?
Mayor, Council. I was just getting used to the Zoom because I'm going to need it here in a couple of days for the Shingle Peak watershed. Thank you very much. That's all.
All right. Thank you. We will go by the open forum. Next, we have a public hearing for the to receive comment on the resolution authorizing the sale of the 265 square feet unaddressed parcel adjacent to the 6023 42nd Avenue North. Is anybody going to talk about that?
Yes, Mayor, I am.
Okay, why don't you go?
Okay. Thanks. Matt, can you put up the first slide? There you go. This is very short, I promise. The parcel of land, as the mayor said, is only 265 square feet. So it's about the size of a one-car garage. Second slide. So if you see that long red rectangle is the vacated alley. This alley was vacated by the council in January when you approved the site plan for Tumble Fresh as part of that approval process. When we went to record the alley vacation documents, it was discovered that while most of the alley, the easterly, call it 7/8 of the alley, the title will revert to the owner of the Tumble Fresh site. The westerly, basically 16 by 16 foot square portion of it, the 265 square feet, the city actually had underlying title. And so when it was vacated, the city was actually the full owner without the alley easement on top of it. So we negotiated a price with Tumble Fresh for them to purchase that at just under $5 per square foot. That is a pretty decent price for an otherwise unbuildable parcel of land. Works out to $1,300, plus they are going to pay our legal fees and transaction costs. So with that, we are asking you to take public comment, and after you conclude the public hearing, to consider the resolution that would authorize the sale of this 265 square foot parcel to the owner of the Tumble Fresh property.
All right. Thank you, John. Are there any questions for John at this point?
No.
All right. At this time, I'm opening the public hearing. Is there anybody wishing to speak on phone, email, or on Zoom? Hearing nobody, I will close the public hearing. And then we will look for, I'm looking for a motion. Go ahead, John.
I can make a motion authorizing a resolution selling the remnants parcel, the Lynn property.
All right. Thank you, Julie. John, you want to second that?
I can second that motion.
Thank you. All right, let's do roll call.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Councilmember Parsons absent. Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budaszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. Next is the consent agenda item 3.3, approval of a resolution establishing dates and offices for the 2020 municipal election. Brendan, do you want to go ahead?
Yes, I guess my questions, as it says there's it's abbreviated 2020 calendar. Is that, I guess, in line with the Secretary of State, or I guess, I know this is kind of all a weird time for the election dates and stuff and how we're doing it.
Correct. This is consistent with the Secretary of State and the city charter. Now, I think we're all kind of hanging fire to see what happens with the dates, the longer this whole health emergency goes on.
Okay. So I guess barring what the state is saying, we're going to continue as business as usual. And if the state or the Secretary of State's office comes out and says something different, then we'll come back to modify these, or
Correct.
what's the plan? I guess kind of with that. Okay.
Right. We are, Chrissy, the city clerk, is standing by. She could also answer too. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but we are basically waiting for the state to make any changes to the election process based on the health emergency.
Okay, then any issues I had were resolved.
Okay, thanks, Brendan. You want to do a motion, Brendan, on that?
Yes, I make a motion to, approve the resolution establishing dates and offices for the 2020 municipal election.
All right, thank you, Brendan. Looking for a second. John?
I'll second.
John, go ahead.
I second that motion.
All right, let's do roll call.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
And Councilmember Parsons absent. Motion carries.
All right,
Passes.
thank you. All right, regular agenda. First item is disbursements of $25,000 or greater. I will read those into the record at this time. First item is the Golden Valley Joint Water Commission for February water cost, $136,898. League of Minnesota Cities for property, casualty, and work compensation insurance, $285,469. Then the Met Council for wastewater services for April, $137,128. SEH for utility reconstruction project costs of $25,524. And then West Metro Fire Rescue District for March contribution is $106,380. And then Wall Architects and Engineering for the new public safety building project cost, $60,249. Minnesota Para for employee and city required contributions for payday 3/2020, $60,813. Waste management for February recycling costs, $51,912. Total disbursements of $25,000 or greater are $864,375.95. Any question on any of those items?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Nancy.
Could I ask on the World Architects and Engineers for the new public safety building project cost, is that the architectural drawings?
Correct, Councilmember LaRoche. That's just preliminary design. We hope to bring something to you in the next month or so.
Very good. Thank you.
That's for the police station?
Correct. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
I'll make a motion.
Thanks, Nancy. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll make a motion to, I'm sorry, I lost my place. I did that again, didn't I? I jumped ahead to the, all right, here we go. I will make a motion to, I see what I did here. I'm sorry. I'll make a motion to approve the list of disbursements over $25,000.
Thank you, Nancy. Looking for a second?
Second.
Who was that?
Julie.
Julie? Thank you. You know, Julie, I can see other people raising their hands, so I'm glad you spoke up. Yeah, Matt's keeping us on task here, so we got Julie for a second. All right, let's do roll call.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
And Councilmember Parsons is absent. Motion carries and passes.
All right. Next, the council will consider a resolution authorizing a contract for the utility adjustments on County Highway 10. I'm not sure who's talking on this. Is this John again?
Mark Ray, I believe.
Mark? All right.
Good evening,
Good evening, Mark.
Mayor and council members. Matt's pulling the slide up right now. We're good, Matt. Roll the next one. So we were notified late 2019 that Hennepin County was planning on doing a mill and overlay on County Road 10, which is 56th Avenue from Zane up into Brooklyn Center. Unfortunately, kind of let us know late in the year, so we were able to include this in the budget, which unfortunately is kind of how that goes typically. But in advance of their project, we need to do some basically adjustments of the manhole rings and some of the utility stuff that we have along that corridor. Slide. We did solicit bids from 4 companies. Only 2 of them responded, Floor Corp Midwest and Klein Underground. You're gonna notice a very large difference in price, and I'm about to explain that difference and why we're not concerned about it. So what this company does, they actually have a kind of a proprietary thing where they bring out this circular saw, attach it to a skid loader, and just do a circle drill around, pull out the midsection, and then fix the rings that need adjustment. Whereas typically, you normally would have cut a square around the whole thing with a walk behind saw, then jackhammered it all out, and then done the repairs. So it's a much more efficient operation. Once the hole is open, then they basically cut these adjusting rings, do any repairs they need to do, and then do these last adjusting rings. And then you can see the finished product on the end. What we are doing is adjusting our manholes so that when the new road is paved, it's level. That's the ultimate end goal. It's not only repairing our stuff, but also making it level for the new road. We were able to identify 3 different projects that were under budget to contribute to this cost because it's a combination of sanitary sewer manholes, some water, as well as stormwater manhole lids. So here's the breakdown of the funding sources used to cover the costs. Even with doing this, all the projects will still be under their respective budgets as well. So tonight, the motion before you is a resolution authorizing the contract for the city utility adjustments on 56th Avenue, or really County Highway 10. With that, are there any questions?
Go ahead.
I have one.
Go ahead, Julie.
You know, Mark, I was just curious, that can't be done in-house, those improvements?
So for us, the challenge is the timeline. The county needs those done. There's 28 structures that need to get done by July 1st. And our staff is actually busy doing all some of that work in the
July?
What was that?
July 1st?
I think it's July.
By June 6th.
Nope, our stuff needs to be done. I'm sorry, by June 1st, because the county project is coming behind pretty quick. And so our staff is actually tied up doing similar work and repairs down in the mill and overlay, the city mill and overlay project. So that's kind of how we did divide and conquer on getting that done.
All right.
I have a question. I know, Mark, you said you were going to explain the huge difference in the bids, but is it because of that circular saw?
Yep, exactly. It's because labor is so much less, because before it would take much longer to do a square cut and then bring in that bobcat with a jackhammer it all out, scoop it all up, load it into a truck, haul it away for each location, where this just comes in, drills a circle, picks up the entire pavement section, and they can immediately do the work right then. So there's just a lot less time involved.
And that's why it's so much cheaper, is because
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we saw that come in, I was like, yeah, why don't we do some background check quick? And so that's when we looked into it and realized that's what's going on.
And you're comfortable with them doing the work?
Absolutely, we are.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Any more questions? All right, then looking for a motion. Go ahead, John.
I make a motion authorizing the contract for city utility adjustments on County Highway 10.
All right, thank you. Looking for a second.
I'll second. Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. All right, roll call.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Councilmember Budashevsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye. And
Councilmember,
Sam says aye too. Or Spencer.
Councilmember Parsons is absent. Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Motion carries and passes.
Right. That
Hey,
is our,
Mayor,
yeah.
I do have a couple questions. You know, I apologize. I didn't get them in. It's about this project on Bass Lake Road, County Road 10,
Sure.
for Mark. So, Mark, when do you think this is going to start? And do you think it will really be done on the 5th? The reason for my questions is, you know, it's going to go down a single lane. And it is, you know, from the people coming north of Bass Lake Road between 81 and, say, Yates or, you know, some of those streets, there's really no easy way to get out onto Bass Lake Road and take a left and go east. And we don't, you know, there isn't even an option to, I mean, essentially you have to take a right, get on 81, go north on 81, do a UE at 63rd, and then come back around, go to the stoplight. So this is going to be very painful for that group of neighbors.
Correct. It will
I mean,
be,
really painful. I'm
but it's
glad I
going to be
sold my
it's going to
house.
be a quick process in terms of. I don't. 42nd Avenue was done a couple of years ago, and I think it was like a 3 or 4 day process. I mean, basically, we'll come in and mill it all in a day to 2 days, and then pave the next 2 days. I mean, this could be like a week. The pavement part of it, I don't think there's any other work they're doing. I think they're just taking out the asphalt and putting in a new mat. But it'll absolutely be disruptive when that occurs. We don't actually know the schedule. They told us to get our stuff done by this time, but they have projects all over the county. And so it really depends on the sequencing of how those goes. With coronavirus, we also don't know from a staffing standpoint if that's going to impact the contractor's ability to work. So obviously weather could always play into it too. So
I can just sense there's going to be a lot of phone calls coming my way and maybe the city's way about this. So that's why I want to be loaded for beer so I know what to tell them.
I would, yeah, I guess what I would say is High Points, it's a pretty quick project. And so we're talking like maybe a week, and it will be disruptive, and then it'll be over, and then you'll have a new mat of asphalt. So it'll look significantly better than what it does right now, and it'll ride better.
All right.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Julie, did you say loaded with beer when the calls come in? Is that what you said?
That's what I heard.
I don't like beer.
All right.
Just clarification.
All right. Any other questions? We should be good on questions. All right. Let's move on to announcements. The next City Council work session will be Thursday, April 16th at 6:30 p.m. Via Zoom. I know it says in conference room, but I don't believe it. The next council meeting will be April 21st at 7 p.m. Probably in the same format we're in now, coming from City Hall, council chambers. Local organizations are welcome to take over our Pledge of Allegiance for us. And reminder that
please.
The meetings and work sessions are open to the public. Current and previous meetings are available for viewing and listening at our website, crystalmn.gov. Do we have any other announcements? Anyone? All right. Well, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Would you like a motion?
Oh, yeah. Why not? Let's go, Nancy.
Oh, John usually goes first. I'll second.
I'm sorry. John, go ahead.
I move that we adjourn.
All right. Nancy?
I'll second. I second.
All right. Roll call.
Okay, Councilmember Budaszewski.
Aye.
Councilmember Deschler.
Aye.
Councilmember Kaiser.
Aye.
Councilmember LaRoche.
Aye.
Mayor Adams.
Aye.
Councilmember Banks.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right. If you don't mind, I'd like to just roll right into the work session.